Thank you, drummers. So we're experiencing technical difficulty this morning. So
we were trying to play Josh Groban, and well, that didn't work out so well. So, and obviously everything's.
we don't have our microphone. Hold on.
Well, they can hear us, and they can hear us close
Barely.
enough. So, but the picture looks very, very different because we're doing it on Jan's phone because we had a problem
What we can do.
with our iPad. So, there you go. Anyway, good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
We have T-shirts and sweatshirts that you may or may not want to have.
Can you hear now? Can you hear? Everybody okay?
Okay. These are all ones that you can put your name or somebody else's name on. So this one is beer removal service, pints, pitchers, and kegs. No job too big or small. And of course, you can put your name at the top or somebody else's name. So,
Silly.
oh, and for anybody that rides a bike, I mean like motorcycle type bike and has a partner on the back or something, it says, if you can read this, whatever the person's name is, it just fell off.
That's not what that shirt usually says.
I know. Oh, and of course, Robert the Grill Master. If Matthew or Phil can't fix it, we're all screwed. So,
Phil's a fix it guy.
well, yeah, occasionally. Legends are born in whatever month you want. I was born in whatever month you want, with my heart on my sleeve, a fire in my soul I can't control.
Oh,
I kind of like that
like
one,
that.
actually. I like that
it's
one.
purple too.
It is purple, yeah. Phil, the man, the myth. Obviously, it's not my name on there, but I like it. It sounds good to me.
Yeah, works
And
for you.
it took me 69 years to look this good. All
Fill
right.
in the blank. Careful there.
Yep. And
Careful
I
there,
guess
Phil.
I think Mary Lou and Jan are working on the
September
September calendar. So all
Not
right.
much going on with the latest. Whatever.
All right. But we do have a couple patron saints by the name of George Carlin and John Lennon.
Hey, George and John.
And John said,
What did John say?
all you need is love.
Dun,
Dun, da, 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 da. And George, if the Cincinnati Reds were really the first Major League Baseball team, who did they play? I don't know.
Cincinnati Blues.
I don't know. Cincinnati Blues? Okay. Sure.
Making stuff up as I go.
Now, I remember I did this one a few years ago, and I remember who in the audience knew who it was, who knew what the answer was on this one.
Who was the know-it-all?
Hold on.
Just one of those moments. Goes right past you. I hate that.
The white area at the base of the fingernail is called the lunula, because it resembles a crescent moon. So Kelly knew what it was. Kelly.
Can I share a fun fact?
Sure.
Is that my fingernails have always been white. You know, they're supposed to be pink. I've been taking a new supplement called ashwagandha. It's new to me, but it's not new. And they're now turning pink, so I'm healthier. How wonderful is that? Ashwagandha. If you can't remember the name, it's like, oh my gosh, Wanda, take your ashwagandha.
I've been taking it for a little bit of brain
Stuff.
and
It's
it's helping. We got the idea from my neurologist.
You know, we've had technical difficulties this morning, and it's just thrown us all off, so bear with us, please.
Okay.
Good Lord.
All right.
This is a test of resilience, I guess.
Yes. Friendship cheers like a sunbeam, charms like a good story, inspires like a brave leader, binds like a golden chain, and guides like a heavenly vision. Isn't that nice?
Friendship. Who said that, Phil?
That was Newell Hillis.
Newell.
Ooh, yeah. A picture is a poem without words. And there is a time to wink as well as to see? Benjamin Franklin. I don't know.
Yeah.
So I don't get it either. Yeah. All right. Things that make you go, Books are good enough in their own way, but they are mighty bloodless substitutes for life. Robert Louis Stevenson. Censorship, like charity, should begin at home, but unlike charity, it should end there. The formula 2 and 2 make 5 is not without its attractions. I know. All right. Okay.
Who said that?
We don't know.
Oh, okay.
All right, and thanks for I have gotten all kinds of stuff out of this Reader's Digest, large letter edition. So, born and bred in Manhattan, Larry and Jane left the city to buy a cattle ranch in Wyoming. Months later, a friend flew out to visit. So, what did you name your ranch? He asked. At first, we couldn't agree on anything, said the new cowboy. We finally settled on the Double R, Lazy L, Triple Horseshoe, Bar 7, Lucky Diamond Ranch. Wow, his friend was impressed, but looking around, they saw no cattle. So where's all the cows? None of them survived the branding. Eye rolls. Yeah, I know.
Grimace.
Yeah. A mathematician wanders home at 3 a.m. 3 a.m. And his irate wife yells, "You're late. You said you'd be home by 11:45. Actually, the mathematician replies, I said I'd be home by 11:45. 3 a.m. 11:45.
Divide
So,
by
I know. I had to almost read it right away. Oh, I get it. It's cute. It was cute. Play on words. All right. Right.
So you say.
Okay. And Carol, everything looks okay on the internet?
Yes.
So, cool.
We don't have George or John?
We did George.
We did George and John.
No, did we? No.
She was busy looking at something else.
It's been a real crazy week.
and hence we've had people that have come to us and said, "Gosh, why don't you do such and such and such and such?" And I go, "Well, we did that last week." So, really? Where was I? Am I done?
I sure hope so.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. We have a guest speaker this morning.
Yes, we do.
And before she begins, I'd like to read to you a prayer from the Divine Fellowship prayer book. Anyway, this one, author unknown. So if you join me in prayer, please. It's called the Knot Prayer. Dear God, please untie the knots that are in my mind, my heart, and my life. Remove the have-nots, the cannots, and the do-nots. Erase the will-nots, may-nots, might-nots that may find a home in my heart. Release me from the could-nots, would-nots, and should-nots that obstruct my life. And most of all, dear God, I ask that you remove from my mind, my heart, and my life all of the am-nots that I have allowed to hold me back, especially the thought that I am not good enough. In the name of the Ascended One, Jesus. Amen. So our guest speaker this morning, bless her soul, was scheduled to speak the second Tuesday in September, but because this week has been rather traumatic, she stepped up and is willing to help me out this week. So please give a very warm Divine Fellowship welcome to Sherel Webb.
Leave that on the table, because I don't have any.
Okay. You bet.
Oops. Darn mask. Don't we all say that now and then? Sorry. What in the world have I done?
You just gotten all tangled.
Yes. I got completely tangled. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
The last time that I gave a talk here at church, here, let me get this attached before I fling it around. It was in mid-February of 2020, so it was just really kind of before COVID really hit and shut us down. So boy, am I ever glad to be back in more ways than one. I'm so glad we've been able to come back to church. So before I actually start my talk today, I'd like to say a few words about our dear Tracy. When I first heard the news that she had passed, I was just shattered. I had to go home from work. And it took me a while to process that, and I always do come to this conclusion eventually, but Tracy is fine. She's better than fine. I honestly have sensed her just having a blast. You know, she's having fun, flitting around and reaching out to comfort as much as she can. But it occurred to me to share a poem that I wrote over 40 years ago, and the poem was for my own passing someday, and still is. But I think Tracy would really agree with the sentiment of the poem, and she would approve of sharing it with you here today. Please do not weep for me. Pray wipe away your tears, and keep your pretty flowers. Let them bring you all good cheer. I've loved you each and all. You've added sparkle to my life. You taught me what I came to know through daily joys and strifes. Take care, my friends. I wish you well. We won't be far apart. Learn all you can and live your best and love with all your heart. So my sadness about Tracy is my own personal grief, because I'm still going to miss spending more time with her and getting to know her better. So, but she says she loves you. So if you read the Divine Fellowship's email bulletin, you already know that I was going to be here to talk. So I thank you all for coming anyway. And you already know that my talk is about love, sharing some thoughts about a very special kind of love, which is to say self-love. But first, let's consider what we know about love, how we live it, and how we define it. Now, the Bible tells us in 1 Corinthians 13 that love is patient and love is kind. And in Matthew 22, we are directed to love thy neighbor as thyself. And we can all recite the golden rule still from our childhood: do unto others as you would have them do unto you. So what these messages imply to me is that we love and treat ourselves very well. In fact, it implies to me that the love we have for ourselves can serve as a baseline or a measure for how to love others. But the question for me then becomes, do we really love ourselves that well? Do we love ourselves that much? I mean, how much do you really, really love yourself? Are you always ever so patient with yourself? Love is patient. Or is it possible that sometimes you get a bit cranky and critical of yourself? How about, are you endlessly patient with yourself? Or is it possible that you're maybe going a bit too far, flirting with maybe spoiling yourself? And would you ever say to your worst enemy what you have on occasion said to yourself? I think very few of us make it out of childhood without really knowing how to love ourselves, because we were raised by our parents who didn't know, and so on and so forth. But I believe self-love is not only special, but I think that it's a crucial and a kind of a golden key to our spiritual development, because if we do not even love ourselves, how in the world are we ever to love others and connect with our own divinity? Now, it's taken me a long, long time, most of my life, in fact, to learn to love myself. And I'm glad to report I've made some significant progress, and particularly since I discovered Divine Fellowship. So when Janice asked me the other day if I could remember how I was able to start loving myself, I immediately thought about work that I did about 12 years ago. It was based on Louise Hays' book, which was Mirror Work, 21 Days to Heal Your Life. Sounds marvelous, right? Now, I don't know if I ever read the rest of the book, you know, and if I did, I don't remember it, but I do remember Louise's script of the 12 ways you can love yourself now and always. Her process was for you to look in the mirror and read this script to yourself every day for 21 days. And I have to say that it worked pretty well for me. But when I was talking to Janice, I said, you know, they were well written, really good things, really good, but they didn't quite fit me, so I had to tweak them. And my daughter says it's too bad that tweaking isn't some sort of profession because I do really good at it. But first, I'm going to share Louise's way, and then as she originally wrote it, and I'll follow it by why and how I tweaked it for myself. I'll tell you at the outset that one of the things, beyond just personalizing it to me and my life, I was also trying to frame some of her rules, or I always thought of them as kind of commandments, but I was trying to frame them in a little bit more positive light. I'm not sure, but some of them struck me as a little bit negative. So Louise's first, now I can just read my script. Louise's first rule, or first way, was stop all criticism. Criticism never changes a thing. Refuse to criticize yourself. Accept yourself exactly as you are. Everybody changes. When you criticize yourself, your changes are negative, and when you approve of yourself, your changes are positive. So my version of that way, rather than stop all criticism, was be positive and affirming. Notice and neutralize any negative observations about yourself, however small. Accept and celebrate. And that word to me is so key in this. We don't want to just accept ourselves. We want to be happy with ourselves and celebrate ourselves. But celebrate yourself exactly as you are. Refuse to compare yourself with others. Louise's second way was forgive yourself. Let the past go. You did the best you could at the time with understanding, awareness, and knowledge that you had. Now you are growing and changing, and you will live life differently. Excuse me, that smoke has gotten to my voice. So my version of that way, I borrowed a line that Janice has used. You did what you could. Remind yourself you're doing the best way. Remind yourself you're doing the best you can and always have. Now that always have was crucial to me because what it enabled me to do was look back on my past and things that I had considered a mistake or that I regretted. I had to come to the realization and embrace the fact that for whatever reason, I was doing the best that I could. I might have got it wrong, I might have been misinformed or ignorant or whatever, but I could trust myself to have always been doing the best I could. Know that you are learning new ways of thinking and being that will increase your best over time. And that's certainly true, isn't it? Louise's third rule is the one that I think really prompted me to go ahead and tweak all of this to myself. It's don't scare yourself. Stop terrorizing yourself with your thoughts. It's a dreadful way to live. Find a mental image that gives you pleasure. Louise's was a yellow rose. And immediately switch your scary thought to a pleasure thought. And I just didn't like all the negative words in that one, you know, scaring, terrorizing, dreadful. And so I had to change that one for sure. So instead of don't scare yourself, mine is comfort yourself. When negative thoughts happen, or negative things, or if they threaten, consciously choose comforting thoughts. Think about what comforts you. A memory that makes you smile. I saw a little puppy gambling along, and it was really truly the definition of gambling. You know, he just flopping around and so happy, and just thinking of that gives me a smile. Suiting up in your favorite jammies, or a walk in the park, or chicken noodle soup, whatever comforts you. Think about that and do that for yourself. Louise's fourth way to love yourself was be gentle and kind and patient. Be gentle with yourself. Be patient with yourself as you learn these new ways of thinking. Treat yourself as you would someone you really loved. So my version of that, I didn't even change the name of it. It's basically the same, but I did elaborate a little bit. Treat yourself as you would someone who really delights you. Think about who delights you. Your children, your grandchildren, your spouse.
Your dog.
Yes, definitely the dog, right? And treat yourself that way. Think about how easy it is to overlook or minimize their faults. You know, my dog can make a heck of a mess, and I just love her anyway. And do that for yourself. Overlook your faults and love yourself. Louise's fifth way was be kind to your mind. Self-hatred is only hating your own thoughts. Don't hate yourself for having the thoughts, just gently change your thoughts. And again, I didn't appreciate using that word hate at least 2 or 3 times in that one. So mine was instead, think positively. Be aware of and celebrate again. Again, I think we need to be, woohoo, I'm me, you know. And celebrate your good thoughts and work patiently to change any negative thoughts, including, and I think again this is crucial, well it was for me, including negative thoughts about negative thoughts. I'd be making so much progress, and then I'd have a negative thought, and then I would be really mad at myself. So just overlook that. Just pick it up again, set it aside. Louise's sixth way was praise yourself. Criticism breaks down the inner spirit. Praise builds it up. Praise yourself as much as you can. Tell yourself how well you're doing with every little thing. And my version of that was exercise praise. Find ways to support yourself. Exercise praise. Where did I go? Oh, there I am. Okay. The ability to praise gets stronger.
There's more you need to say about exercise praise.
Right. I'm doing that.
Okay. Sorry.
The ability to praise gets stronger the more you use it. So praise yourself often, and here's another favorite word, extravagantly. Go overboard. Really just praise yourself. Notice how well you're doing with every little thing, and say it out loud if you can. Support yourself is Louise's seventh way. Find ways to support yourself. Reach out to friends and allow them to help you. It is being strong to ask for help when you need it. I kept the same thing, but I put it in a little bit different perspective. What a pleasure it is to help or delight someone you love. Delight in delighting and helping others and yourself. And as an aside, I wanted to share a little anecdote that you've all noticed how good it feels to help somebody. But when we need help, we are often feeling literally helpless and sometimes hopeless, and so we're reluctant to ask. But I wanted to share with you what happens to me in the grocery store sometimes. You all may have noticed I'm a little bit short, so I can't always reach everything I want. And when that happens, I look up and down the aisle and pick the tallest, most approachable person, and I go up to them and I say, "Excuse me, would you mind being tall for me?" and point up at what it is that I want. And here's the thing. I have never, ever been refused. And people tend to light up when they're asked. Oh yeah, I can do that for you. It makes them feel good. I think it improves their day. So please consider what a gift asking for help can be, not just giving it. Louise's eighth way is be loving to your negatives. Acknowledge that you created your negatives to fulfill a need. Now you are finding new positive ways to fulfill those needs. So lovingly release those old patterns. And my version of that was release negativity. Acknowledge that you created those negatives to fulfill a need, but I go a little bit further and say, thank those old negatives and release them. That was in the prayer this morning, synchronicity. And thanking the negatives can be so key to being able to completely release them, because I think it indicates you really understand where that was coming from and now you're letting it go. Louise's ninth way to love yourself is take care of your body. Learn about nutrition. What kind of fuel does your body need to have optimum energy and vitality? Learn about exercise. What kind of exercise can you enjoy? Cherish and revere your temple. So my version of that was to steal her last 9. Cherish and revere your temple. The thing is, there is nothing on this earth that you will do without your body. So appreciate it with all your heart. Thank your body sincerely and often for allowing you to experience existence. Acknowledge and celebrate your health and senses. Louise's 10th way was mirror work. Look into your eyes often. Express this growing sense of love you have for yourself. Forgive yourself looking into the mirror. Talk to your parents looking into the mirror. Forgive them too. At least once a day, say, I love you, I really love you. So my version of her mirror work was really look at yourself. Really see yourself when you look in the mirror. And not just when you're doing mirror work. I try to really connect with my eyes anymore and really see Sherel looking out at me. I will never forget, and this has been fairly recent, I was just minding my own business and I was at work and I had to use the restroom, and as I was walking in, I happened to catch a glimpse of myself. And I saw my best friend in the mirror. I had never felt that before. So express this growing sense of love you have for yourself, say it out loud, and don't forget to have simple, ordinary fun. Be affectionate with yourself. Louise's 11th way was love yourself and do it now. Don't wait until you get well. Don't wait until you lose the weight or get the new job or the new relationship. Begin now and do the best you can. My version of that is love yourself in your life now. And I said too, don't wait for all those things. Don't wait a second. Love yourself in all of your life right now. Notice the good things and find things to be glad about in everything. I mean, if Janice can find cleaning the litter box worthy work, I think we can all find something good about just about everything. Louise's 12th and final way is have fun. Remember the things that gave you joy as a child and incorporate them into your life now. Find a way to have fun with everything you do. Let yourself express the joy of living. Smile more. Laugh more. Rejoice, and the universe rejoices with you. So mine was have fun and truly enjoy yourself. I think our ministry here at Divine Fellowship is joy. I really think that. It shines a light for others and shows them what's possible, that they can really love themselves that much and be that happy. Enjoy just being with yourself. Think of yourself as your very own BFF, your personal best friend, and you get to be with yourself 24/7. What fun. Smile more, laugh with yourself and about yourself, make gentle, good-natured fun of yourself. You're giving the universe a wonderful gift when you are truly happy, because your happiness makes the universe happy. I honestly believe that. Now that's pretty darn powerful stuff, to know that you can impact the universe that way. So those are Louise's ways to love yourself and my tweaks to those ways and why. And I do highly recommend her book. That she wrote that book in 1984. So it was relatively early on in her career. And that mirror work really did enable me to turn a corner. I didn't quit.
That was a big corner.
Yeah.
No idea why I did that.
He has no idea. Must be the energy in here. We're such a small group, but we've got mighty energy. So I do recommend her script. I liked personalizing it to myself and my life, But even just her original script and doing that mirror work, I highly recommend. Now, in my experience, the greatest obstacle to loving yourself is self-criticism, especially those flashes of self-criticism that you barely notice. If you aren't watching, they flit right past you. And we need to be on guard for those self-criticisms because they can result in the death of our self-esteem by 1,000 cuts. So there are ways to reverse that process, to heal those cuts, but that's a whole nother Sunday. So we won't go there just yet. But I would like to close with a poem I wrote earlier this year that's kind of sort of relevant, and it's called Miss Fussy. Miss Fussy lived inside of me and wore a bitter frown. She only saw what all was wrong and how I let her down. I let her make me feel bad. I let her make me cry. I believed her when she chided me and hated when she sighed. But one day, she just went too far, and I just had to laugh. She thought she was protecting me, I realized at last. Now I say, how interesting, and thank her for her caring. I'm patient and I'm kind with her and understand her sharing. She still says things that sting sometimes, but I just have to say, I know you want what's best for me in every single way. I choose to be the patient one who's kind and even-tempered. I choose to see the good in me in all that I've attempted. She's trying to be less critical and give up being mean. It's not the way she wants to be or how she wants to seem. And now, I'm very glad to say, Miss Fussy's changed a bit. Sometimes she even laughs with me. Turns out she's quite the wit. We haven't changed her name just yet. We think it's rather funny. Miss Fussy isn't fussy now. In fact, she's actually sunny. So I hope you all have a sunny rest of your day and go out there and enjoy the heck out of being you. Thank you.
That was awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
I think I needed that.
There you go.
Thank you. But you want your mask?
Oh, yes, I do, because it's mandatory. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. Green. Okay. Did y'all get your
Y'all?
I guess we don't need masks right here.
I guess we don't, do we?
And don't wear lipstick when you put on a mask. We get lipstick.
Hey, Myrna.
There you go, my dear.
Thank you.
Team effort.
Yeah.
They're individual cups so we can be sanitary, but then you probably need your neighbor to help you open it. Mine's broken. Oh well, breaking of the bread. Excuse me.
Another one?
No, I'm good. I'm good. I can eat a broken cracker. So if you join us in prayer, please. Loving Spirit of light, as we take this into our body, help us to take in the wisdom of being kind to ourselves and loving ourselves, just like you love us. Help us to remember that. Walk with us in all things. These things we pray in the name of Jesus. Amen.
Amen.
Got yours?
Oh. Not paying attention.
Nope, spaced it. Thank you at home for being patient. That's probably mess with these things.
Mm-hmm.
Got it?
Mm-hmm.
Woohoo!
Fine line between getting it open and not flinging it everywhere.
Yes. No flinging,
No
please.
flinging.
Join us in prayer again, please. Loving Spirit of light, as we drink this in, help us to drink in life, all of it. And help us to know that you're here in all of it. Walk with us, guide us, and bless us. These things we pray in the name of the ascended one, Jesus. Amen. You have someone for communion or contribution?
No.
So, speaking of contribution, while he does that, there was a glitch in our PayPal.
Oh boy, was there.
Oh boy, was there. So, Nancy and Beth spent hours trying to figure out what was going on. And then I was on hold for three separate times on Friday for about 40 minutes each before I got cut off. And then I called back again and, oh, you can't get through because it's too late. So I had to call the next day and go through the whole thing. An hour and a half later, Nancy on one phone and PayPal on the other, we got it all figured out. And it was really a good thing that all that happened because this brought us all up to date on
all of our accounts.
because some of the people that had set our PayPal up, they've moved, they don't even live here anymore. Phil and I have tried to stay out of that sort of thing because we don't want anybody to think we got our hands in there for the money.
But that's what we did.
But we ended up doing that because guess what? You guys can come and go, but we're here. So we decided we'd better make ourselves the anchor point. Because the Divine Fellowship is sometimes the bedrock for people, and sometimes we're the stepping stone. And if you find something that serves your soul better, God bless you on your journey. We'll miss you, but that's not our purpose. Our purpose is to do what we came here to do. And if that fits for you, as long as it fits for you, then we're here for you. So anyway, that's enough said about that.
Yeah.
All that to say.
All that to say too is that, if people in the audience want to donate, they can go to the website and hit the donate button because that all works now properly.
No, it didn't.
It didn't?
No, I just tried.
You just tried?
It said not available.
Oh, foolish.
This organization's not available. Oh, sorry.
I tried.
No.
No, thank you. So we thought it was fixed, so.
Okay, so we're still working
We're
on
still
that.
working on that.
We do receive checks if you'd like to send us a check. The address is 513
And Amazon
Bar.
Smile.
And Amazon Smile. So anyway, maybe someone will post the accurate link here on this here soon. I don't know.
Volunteers?
Volunteer to do a prayer for or a statement for our contribution basket. Anybody?
All the shy people.
Oh, you just
goodness.
handing the basket out?
Yeah.
Okay.
And you get to
You
say
get
whatever
to say
you
whatever
like.
you want to say.
Oh, I
Oh.
forgot to tell you that part.
Here
Here.
you go.
Oh, what am I'm supposed to say something?
Yeah,
Yes,
just whatever
say something.
you would like to say. There's
Hello everyone, my name is Teresa. I'm glad to be here and I'm going to be passing out baskets, so feel free to donate.
Oh, that's good.
Have a blessed day.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Your words are a blessing. Okay, Beth just put the link on. If somebody wants to try the link again.
and tell us if it works.
So,
Thank you, Beth.
okay,
Oh, hi, Michelle.
I think that'll do it for us. So how about
Will
a
you- will you-
guided meditation?
Meditation.
Well, I meant for the contribution.
Yeah.
So. Bye. See ya. Mr. Phil, would you mind handing my coffee to me? I seem to have a tickle. The smoke we've been having a lot of fires around and it's been pretty smoky.
You want any more?
I just need a swallow.
Water? Ice cream? Cake?
No, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, no, thank you. Excuse me. So we're going to go to, I asked Phil this week, where should we go on our guided meditation? Because it's been a trying week, more ways than one. And so Phil said, let's go to the fjords. I thought, the fjords? What the heck? What is there to do with the fjords?
Norway.
Norway,
Fjords, they're
yeah,
gorgeous.
fjords. So he didn't know. He just thought, well, this is someplace we could go. So I pondered on that and was able to get an interesting guided meditation for us. Earlier this morning, Beth posted a message that had been delivered from the Ancient Ones. You know, I channel the Ancient Ones. So I send that out in an email. Every week you get an email from me with a channeled message from the Ancient Ones. If you have not yet gotten an email from me and you'd like to, give me your name and your email address. And the only thing you get is just this weekly update. So anyway, there was this energy flow or energy breeze clearing that the Ancient Ones talked about. I've been using it all week. I think that saved my bacon more than once. So I want to share that with you today on how to get clear, as well as do some other things on our journey to Norway. So if you've ever seen pictures of Norway, you know, that's really steep cliffs and then deep channels of water that they were created from glaciers. Anyway, so we're going to start with getting relaxed. Take a deep breath in and exhale and just be. Allow yourself to find your way and bring your attention into your heart space. And from your heart space, now bring your attention to the bottoms of your feet. And there's energy portals there. As you're mindful of them, the heavy, dense energy of worry and fear and sorrow and stress just drains out the bottoms of your feet. Allow yourself to just let it go. And now bring your attention to the top of your head, and as you're tuned in here, this amplifies that connection that you have with Spirit. It's always there, it's always on, but with your attention it could be even clearer, even brighter. So as you're aware of that connection to Spirit opens. And you'll connect to an energy field that is just right for you today. Maybe that energy field feels like the color blue, or feels like copper, or red, or orange, or pink, or even just iridescent white. So allow that energy to flow into the top of your head and let it touch your mind. As it touches your mind, allow it to filter out anything that doesn't serve you anymore. Any negative thinking about yourself, any fears or worries or sorrows, just let it push that away, and it'll fall out the bottoms of your feet. Letting more and more living light of love touch your eyes, your third eye, your discernment centers over your eyebrows, the occipital lobes. This is all part of your perception circuit. Allow this living light of love to touch that perception circuit and clear it. So your perceptions are clear. Your perceptions are wholesome and joy-filled. Let this living light of love touch your mouth, your ears, and your throat. This is your truth circuit. Allow yourself to be able to speak your truth with gentleness and grace. Allow yourself to heal other people's truth, even if it's not in alignment with yours. You can acknowledge that it's their truth and let them have it. Don't have to fix them or change them, just letting it be. Letting more and more of this living light of love flow into your heart, into your heart space, and from your heart space to every part of your body, every organ, every system, every tissue, every fiber, every cell, even down into your cells, so that your DNA is even activated by this living light of love. And letting more and more of this living light of love flow through you and out the bottoms of your feet, and you're anchoring this living light of love into this physical plane. What a beautiful gift that is. This living light of love now is accessible to others. And now gently, gently close the bottoms of your feet, and you're a vessel of light. This means you hold the light. You're receiving more light, and light is pouring into your body and into the energy field around your body. And from this place of being clear and open and filled with light, we're going to find our way to Norway. You can find the fjords there. And find your way to the top of a cliff overlooking a fjord. And notice that the cliffs are vibrant green. The sky is bright blue. And the water is deep blue. And as you're standing here feeling safe and feeling whole and feeling blessed, you notice that there's a breeze, but it's not a breeze of air, it's a breeze of energy. And allow this breeze to blow through you. As this energy breeze blows through you, it releases any energy of distress and any energy of mistrust. Certainly there are people in your life that have proven themselves to be untrustworthy, but that does not mean that you have to carry that edge of mistrust. You can let this beautiful, energetic breeze blow through you. And as it blows through you, distress and mistrust are replaced by peace and feeling safe. Allow this energy breeze to blow through you again. And this time let it blow from front to back. And as it blows through you again, it releases any distress and any mistrust. And in its place, you feel relaxed and safe. And now let this breeze blow through you one more time. And as this breeze blows through you, it releases and draws from you any energy of distress and any edge of mistrust. Mistrusting someone else or mistrusting your own self. Let that edge go. You'll know there's people in this world you can't trust, but carrying that edge of mistrust does not serve your soul. And as you release that, you feel awakened and safe. You feel peaceful, relaxed, calm, joyful, and safe. Oh, happy day. Allow yourself now to find your way down to the water's edge. And as you get to the water's edge, you notice there's a boat waiting for you. I'm going to tell you 3 kinds of boats that might be here. Either there's one that you will see, or you can choose one. So which do you choose, or which do you see? A small skiff, a speedboat, or a cruise ship? These fjords are so deep that they can handle these big cruise ships. So do you choose, or do you see a small skiff, a speedboat, or a cruise ship? Once on board, you find that something has been left here for you. What do you find? Do you find lunch, keys, or a hat or sun hat? Do you find lunch, keys, or a hat or sun hat? You pick one, whether you know what its significance is or not. We'll discuss that in a minute. Just select something for now. And the boat moves out into the middle of the fjord. And once out in the middle of the fjord, you see bubbles coming up from the depths. As the bubbles appear, one bubble comes up to the surface and floats over to you. What is in your bubble? Is it a ball of glowing energy? Or is it a bubble full of jewels? Or is it Nessie? Loch Ness Monster? Does it come up to the surface to see you? Whatever you experience here is what is right for you and has spiritual significance for you. Do you see a bubble full of glowing energy? A bubble full of jewels? Or Nessie? What do you experience? Now your boat moves back to shore, and as you step onto the land, you see something at your feet. What object do you see? Or what object will you choose? A blue iridescent rock, a heart-shaped rock, or a hand-painted rock? Which works for you? Which feels right to you? The blue iridescent rock, the heart-shaped rock, or the hand-painted rock? Out of your gratitude for this experience, you decide you'd like to leave a symbolic object here as a gift, as a token, as a marker for your experience here, so that you can come back here again at any time and re-experience this energy. What do you choose to leave? Do you leave a coin, a chain, or a bell? Do you leave a coin, a chain, or a bell? So take a deep breath in and exhale, and as you release that breath, you release this experience, find your way back into the here and now, back into this time and space, back into this moment. And I'm going to share with you what these choices might mean for you. And if you have any additional questions, you can let me know. So the first thing was getting into the boat. What kind of boat did you see? The boat represents what Spirit wants you to know right now about you. Anybody here have the small skiff? Okay. Spirit wants you to know you're capable. Whatever's coming up, you got this. Speedboat. Speedboat. You're creating changes in your life right now. A cruise ship. No one here had a cruise ship. If anyone at home had a cruise ship, you're open to new adventures. So an opening is being created for you. Once you're on board, there you find something that has been left here for you. How many? This is what helps you right now. How many people got lunch? Anybody get lunch? Huh. This is spiritual nourishment. This is reading spiritual texts, meditating, praying, communing with like minds. That's spiritual nourishment. That's what will help you now more than anything else. Keys. Keys. Trying new things like healing modalities, new prayer techniques, whatever. Trying new things is what's going to help you most right now. Doing something different. The hat or sun hat. Okay. This is spiritual protection and guidance. Your angels and guides are here to help you. They can communicate with you. They'll be able to bless you. What came to you out of the depths of the fjord is what's coming up for you next. Anybody have the glowing ball of energy? Increased energy and focus. Increased energy and focus is coming for you. Anybody have the bubble full of jewels? Okay, that is positive valuation of self and others, leading to deeper kindness and compassion for yourself and for others. Anybody have Nessie? Okay, this is lightheartedness and self-discovery. You have a deep depth of your person. You're a deep person. So let that emerge in the form of lightheartedness and self-discovery. The rock that you picked up when you got back to the shore is how Spirit helps you now. Anybody get the blue iridescent rock? Okay. So Spirit will help you by igniting or reigniting your spiritual purpose. Heart-shaped rock. Okay. This clears, heals, and strengthens your emotions, your feelings, your heart space, your intent, actually. The hand-painted rock. Okay. This blesses your creative soul with inspiration and enthusiasm. So you might want to try something creative, doing something creative. Yes, you have a question?
I have a question.
Yes.
What if, I guess I'll use myself, I picked up all three rocks?
Then all three apply.
Okay.
So what Spirit is helping you by reigniting your spiritual purpose, clearing and healing and strengthening your heart, and blessing your creative soul with inspiration and enthusiasm. Whatever you chose to leave as a gift or a token is what you're willing to do now. It's one thing to receive, it's a whole other thing to do your part. So how many people left a coin? Okay, that's all about doing worthy work. And worthy work is anything that you put your attention to. Whatever you do, put your heart in it. Apply worth to all that you do. Anyone leave a chain? Okay. This is about making clear, blessed connections. That's both spiritually, clear, blessed connections, spiritually with higher power, divine source, your angels, your guides, and as well with others, having a clear connection with others. Anybody leave a bell? Okay. This is your work to do right now, what you're willing to do right now is to clear your intent. Clear your healing channels and your life. So you're willing to get clear on a whole nother level. Does that make sense? Does anybody have any questions that they received something that wasn't on my list? Yeah, Daryl.
Well, first of all, when you said a ship, now the fog came, this big old Viking ship pulled up to the dock. And then when I jumped in, my gift was a little playful little dragon instead of the ones that you said.
Okay.
And the rest of them, then Nellie got into the boat and was playing with the dragon. So, and then the rest were kind of was along with the others. But it was just.
Okay, so the Viking ship and the dragon. All right, so the Viking ship carries with it this ability to be uniquely you. And it's coming out of the mist or out of the fog. So, you've always had the ability to be uniquely you, but this is allowing you to tap into your ancestral energy and bringing that forward and being really true to who you came here to be as their child, as their offspring, as their significant person. And dragon is energy of power, being able to facilitate, do what you want, so that you can, whatever your intent is, you have the energy to follow through, you have the desire to follow through, and you have backup to help you. So choose something that you want to put your heart into, and you got it. Go for it. Awesome. Yeah, Michelle.
So my boat was like, I guess the best way to describe it would be a large, kind of ornate wooden canoe.
Okay, so that would kind of fit under this the skiff,
Okay.
because it'd be hand powered.
Okay, and then
But let me clarify a little bit on that, because it was ornate, handcrafted. So this is letting you know, again, you're very, very capable. You have creativity on your side, and you have skill on your side.
and then I did get a key, but the thing that came up in the bubble was a heart-shaped wooden, like a shield. It looked like a shield, and the thing at my feet was a crab.
A crab.
Box.
Okay, so you did get a key, and you got a heart-shaped shield
Mhm.
and a crab.
And
Okay.
I left a braid.
Okay, so let me do this a little time. So the key is trying new things. The shield, the heart-shaped shield, is saying you're safe. You have this spiritual protection to try new things, and don't let other people's crabbiness get in your way.
So that was just like
It's like, oh, whatever. And then what did you left what?
a braid.
A braid, a hair braid? Okay, so,
So it didn't affect my hair,
right.
but it was, I took it from.
Right, you took it from yourself. So what I'm getting on that is the hair has your DNA in it. So whether you realize it or not, you are leaving a legacy for generations to come. The actions that you take, you're leaving that legacy. You're leaving your mark in this world. Does that make sense to you?
Mhm.
That's pretty profound. Almost makes me want to cry. Big stuff. Anybody else? Any other questions? Yeah.
On my
Teresa.
glowing energy ball, I also had sparkles, rainbow colored sparkles in it. And then I also left as a gift, along with the bell, a white blanket.
A white blanket? And that's what you left?
Mhm.
Okay, so the glowing ball of energy, this is increased energy and focus for you. And the sparkles in it, this is often relates to angelic energy. So you have angelic assistance along your pathway. Leaving the white blanket, this is clarity and purity. Whatever we leave is what we're willing to do now. So you're willing to wrap yourself in clarity and letting that guide your journey. Does that make sense to you?
Yes, thank you.
Awesome. Let's do one more and then we'll wrap up. If any other comments? Okay. If you have a comment on Facebook after we wrap up here and have lunch and go home, then I'll check back and respond to you. Okay. So I think that's it, Mr. Phil. If you want to join me up front, we'll do an energy circle or an energy circuit for the people online, and then we'll do our energy circle here. So you might want to join in, rub your hands together really, really fast. Connected in still with spirit. Bringing that energy into your heart space, to your left hand, to your right hand, back to your heart space. This connects that circuit. And as that circuit is connected, you'll feel the energy building between your hands. This is powerful stuff. This is divine energy that you have access to. So allow yourself to receive this energy, feel it building in your hands. Bring it into your heart space. And may your life be blessed. And may you be a blessing. And we'll see you next time.
Bye.